Good morning, everybody. We're live here from the birdhouse. We've got some things to share with you today. We've got some fun photos to share with you. And as always, we love to know what kind of things you are seeing in your yard or while you're out on a walk. You can put those in the comments. If you have any questions, you can throw those in there too. Or you can just say hi. We always love to know who is on. And we will get started here. One thing we have going on here now again is our caption contest, and we are in the second round of the caption contest for the year. And what we do is we take some of the photos from our yearly photo contest, from our annual photo contest, which has many different categories now, including pets, as you can see here. And we take some of the fun photos and we put them up on our Facebook page for a caption contest. So this is the newest one. Everybody can enter. And basically, you just want to put in a caption for this photo and have your caption get the most reactions to it. Whoever's photo gets the most reactions to it will win a $25 gift certificate to the birdhouse. So it doesn't cost anything to enter. You can just hop onto our Facebook page and look for this photo. It's pinned up at the top. And you can enter in your caption for this photo. And whoever gets the most reactions will win a $25 gift certificate from the store. So this will go until midnight on Saturday. So you've got until then. But you want to get your comment in there early. You want to get your caption in there early so you can take advantage of more people seeing it and putting in there, liking it and giving your comment their reaction. So we've got that going on, and we'll announce the winner of that next Tuesday. There have been some pretty neat sightings around, especially with all the snow. We've been getting quite a bit of snow here. Our first real big storm has come in over the weekend, and some places got quite a bit of snow. And so you never know who's going to show up at your feeders anytime, but especially when there's snow and there's not a ton of resources out there for the birds, you might get some birds that you don't expect. And just yesterday, our very own Cassidy, who works here at the store, had this yellow-bellied sapsucker coming to her suet feeder. And so this is the back of it. And you can see it's got a red cap on the top of its head. And there's kind of this looks like a juvenile plumage. It's got kind of like a speckly black and white back, but a little bit of a yellowish wash. And then here is a video of it as well at her feeder. So not the most common woodpecker that you will see at your bird feeder, but there are some around and they will stay over the winter. This is a migratory woodpecker. And so usually we see them coming through in the spring, but some do stay over the winter. So really cool sighting there by our own Cassidy, who works here at the store. On Saturday, we did a walk at Mendon Ponds of Birdsong Trail. Expect some videos and footage of that coming up shortly on our social media. But we were feeding lots of chickadees and tufted titmice and white-breasted nuthatches and red-breasted nuthatches right out of our hands on Birdsong Trail at Mendon Ponds Park. And if you are local to the area, it's a great place to go, not only for those birds, but there were so many birds there, and they were really, really close. So it's really neat. You can see them not only in the palm of your hand, but then there's some that will feed off all the scraps of the seeds that the birds, the other birds don't eat. A lot of people throw the seed on the ground when they're ready to go. And so there's a ton of cardinals there. There's blue jays. There's different sparrows. There's juncos, so many juncos. And there's been a couple of field sparrows spotted there. So on Saturday, we were lucky enough to actually see 2 field sparrows, which aren't a common bird in the winter time, but they have been staying here over the winter. And they're in that mix of birds out there too. So these aren't birds that will be feeding off your hand there, but they were around feeding off all of the seeds on the ground with other sparrows. So it was really cool to see a couple small field sparrows really, really close. And so if you're looking to to look for something new and different in the wintertime, it's a great place to go. It's right out the parking lot. You don't have to walk too far. It is kind of icy. It is kind of snowy, but it's worth it to see a really cool mix of birds. So we got to see field sparrow. There were a lot of white-throated sparrows there as well. And this is a photo of a white-throated sparrow that was sent in by Mark. And he said some of these are from Mendon Ponds. And so I'm thinking maybe the white-throated sparrow is. I think this one is too, because there was also an eastern towhee spotted in that same area of Birdsong Trail. And this must be Birdsong Trail. If you look at all the birdseed on the ground, I'd have to guess that this is Birdsong Trail. And this on the left is a female eastern towhee. And some of the group on Saturday got to see that bird as well, which is pretty cool. The males are darker, so the female's pretty brown, but the male's very black in coloration. They have a bright red eye. So this is another, not a super, super common bird that you can find around here this time of the year. A really neat sighting there at Birdsong Trail. And then, of course, a female cardinal hanging out there and eating some seed. Mark also sent in this photo of a pair of cardinals here. Beautiful. They look so beautiful in the snow. When we were on the walk on Birdsong Trail on Saturday, there was a tree just full of cardinals, and it was just really, really pretty with the backdrop of the snow. Dark-eyed junco, there's a ton of them at Birdsong Trail. You probably are getting them in your backyards as well if you've been keeping your feeders stocked. And then a cute picture here of a tufted titmouse with a big old peanut, with a big peanut in the shell. These are some photos from last week. I like these two, showing the difference between house finch male and female. This is the male that has more red on it. The female does not. So you can find them here all winter long. And of course, some of our more common resident woodpeckers, things like the downy woodpecker and red-bellied woodpecker, are common birds coming to feeders this time of the year. So got a good diversity of birds in the area, even though it is wintertime. And also be on the lookout for American tree sparrow. We saw a lot of them at Birdsong Trail on Saturday. So if you're looking to kind of practice your sparrows, there's quite a few you can find out there, Birdsong Trail. Right now, there's the tree sparrow, there's those field sparrows, there's white-throated sparrows, juncos are sparrows, and so are the eastern towhees. So you can get quite a few things in that sparrow family right now, all in that one location. I mentioned last week, too, that there has been red-headed woodpecker seen at Durand Eastman Park. That was happening for a little bit. I haven't seen any reports over the past week or so, but it couldn't hurt to check if you're looking for red-headed woodpecker. They can be seen throughout the area. Usually not this time of the year, but there was one spotted at Durand Eastman Park. And people are still seeing snowy owl out by the Finger Lakes Airport, so there is still time to go out and see some of those this winter. And then another owl that you can find here, and if you came to the store when we had Birds of Prey from Wild Wings here, they brought a snowy owl, and they also brought a short-eared owl, both of which you can find here right now this time of the year. These are photos that were sent in by Mark of some short-eared owls flying around. It looks like flying around a field. My best guess is he took these around the Avon area, but they have been seen in different locations throughout the area, throughout Western New York and down in the Finger Lakes area. Here is a nice little series of some of these short-eared owls. They love to fly low over fields as they hunt, and it looks like this one might have it has its eye on something there. It's looking like it's very, very focused. And then I like this photo too because it shows, I believe, if I'm looking at it correctly, it's got something in its talons there. So the short-eared owl was successful in getting some kind of a prey item. And you can see how long their wings are. They're a pretty small bird, but they've got kind of thin, long wings. Really, really cool bird there. And then as far as birds of prey go, the ones you're most likely to see in your backyard, we've brought this up a few times, are going to be those Cooper's hawks and sharp-shinned hawks, especially now with all this snow that we've been getting. Prey items can be quite scarce for them to find, but not at bird feeders. If you've got a whole bunch of songbirds coming to your bird feeders, you might also get those predators of the songbirds, like the sharp-shinned hawk, which is pictured on the left, or the Cooper's hawk, which is on the right. So both of them are around right now. And we do have them year-round, but they really tend to come to feeders in the wintertime. So don't be surprised if you happen to see some of them coming. We've been hearing lots of stories about Cooper's hawks, especially coming to bird feeders over the past couple of weeks. So that is everything I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll be back on Saturday with another broadcast. And until then, definitely send in your pictures if you're seeing any neat birds or just your usual cast of characters in the backyard. Take some pictures and send them in. It's always great to see all these birds hanging out in the snow. We love your photos, so send them on in. We'll be back on Saturday with another broadcast. So until then, have a wonderful day, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.